What's going on, Attack Squad? It's your boy Roman, aka Mr. Anime 343, back at it once again. And today, I just actually wanted to do another live stream because turns out I was actually running out of space to actually do these things. So I had to buy up to about another 200 hours and try to, you know, do some more stuff with you guys. But anyway, I just kind of felt really bad that I actually personally had to watch freaking Santa Inc., which was really bad. And trust me, watching all 8 episodes, it was just absolutely just mind numbingly freaking stupid. I mean, there's just too much freaking, I want to say there's too much, what's the, too much feminist propaganda forced into everything. It's like, seriously, when will people ever get the memo? Oh, we got a guest. Bad that.
Well, we're doing
Hey,
this pretty early, aren't we?
Yep. I figured I'd actually, since it's my day off today, figured why not actually get it done early and out of the way.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh. So, by the way, how was watching that trash fire?
My freaking brain just turned to jelly. I can tell you that much.
Dude, I'm
Like
pretty
I said,
sure anyone's brain would turn into jelly just by watching anything from Seth Rogen or Sarah Silverman.
oh, it is so freaking bad. I mean, there's just too many feminist agendas and shit like that. It's just bad.
Not to mention Sarah Silverman was never funny in the slightest. I'm sorry, but her poop jokes fucking gross the fuck out of me.
Yeah, but luckily I did actually get some brain bleach.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm also playing. I've also came up with an idea. Why don't I actually do some fan service Fridays and stuff, which would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, fan service Fridays actually sounds pretty damn dope.
Yeah, because basically, I just actually freaking started contemplating about that. Also, I have a bit of a proposition for you. I mean, if I can actually hit 500 subscribers, I will personally see if I can save up some money and buy a gunpla and build it.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you definitely performed a Jesus miracle by watching that trash fire.
Yeah.
So
Basically,
no one else has to. Woo!
yeah, it is bad. I would not suggest checking it out if possible because, God forbid, that show should not be existent. It's not even Christmas. It's just, freaking.
It's basically your typical wokey middle finger to all things good and wholesome in the world.
Exactly. And it's an attack on Christmas, too. It's like, seriously.
Yeah. To all those people who keep saying there's a war on Christmas, I apologize in advance.
Yeah, because basically, you got these freaking culturalists actually saying shit like, freaking Christmas is actually just, not really there. Padu!
Padaroo, Padaroo.
Oh, Shivan dude.
Hey, who wants to
Oh,
sing Jingle Bells next?
oh, God. Besides. Yeah, I was actually contemplating with Matt here. I was actually thinking about doing like Dance Service Fridays.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
okay.
jingle balls, baby.
Yes. Well, okay. So here's what I'm gonna say. Like, alright. Yesterday's stream we were reviewing Seven Kagura. It was actually no, I don't think it was that one. I forgot which one it was where you did show a little bit of. Oh yeah, it was when you were doing the like an open box thing, whatever it was called. But I will say this, like, I do think you might need to not show nudity because, again, this is YouTube. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure
Of
you can
course,
do it
this
on
is
the
fucking
other,
YouTube, man.
like, I'm pretty sure you can do it
Kagura,
on the other sites. Like, I mean, I just don't want you to, get terminated, right before you get big or whatever.
Yeah,
again, this is fucking YouTube as envisioned by God Empress Wabbajack.
yeah. In fact, I've also started listening to some freaking Motorhead, and I gotta say, Lemmy is God.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motorhead, yes.
Yeah, and basically, oh freaking Lemmy, just come down from wherever you are and actually just help me out with my midlife crisis I'm going through right after watching Santa Inc.
Oh, by the way, just one out there. You should totally listen to Rob Zombie's Christmas Carol, Zombie Santa.
Interesting.
Yeah, I showed you out after this, whatever. There's also Metallica does the Christmas Carol and heavy metal, which is pretty badass.
Oh, besides, if I'm actually gonna play Samurai Kagura Peach Beach Splash and do like Dance Service Fridays, I'm gonna see if I can try doing it on Twitch though, so that way I don't get yeeted.
Yeah, you'll be more safe on Twitch. That's why I do it.
Yeah,
I
that
did.
not to mention not to mention Twitch is pretty much a thought country at this point.
And I did have spicy Sunday, but the thing is, on Sundays normally I have a D&D session with my bro and his friend, and on Saturday I have a session with hopefully Dee at 8 time, and another DM also. So I'm not really able to do it, spicy Sunday or spicy anything on the weekends.
Hey, Billy Shadow, it's good to actually have you here, and also I'm the only one out of also Keely. I'm the only person that actually watched freaking Santa Inc. I binge watched all 8 episodes,
In other
and
words, he performed a Jesus miracle.
Hmm.
yes.
Mm. Listen, if I were you, since you watched that film, you need to watch, well, if you want like a good comedy, Bad Santa.
Oh my god.
That was some good shit right there.
Yeah, my
If I
favorite,
could ever, if I
my
ever,
favorite Christmas cure, greatest Christmas movie ever made, Die Hard.
yeah, definitely love that one. But just give me freaking anime titties any day of the week, and I'll be happy.
Oh, also, like, if you want wholesome, you can always just watch the old school Christmas movies. Or if you want to be, more modern, if you will, Amphibia has a Christmas episode, and it's, well, really good. It's a million times better than the Santa Inc. shit.
Oh, most definitely, because God forbid, I've also pretty much got. That's not the only thing I got, Sandra and Kagra. Do do do.
Nice.
Little too blurry on my end.
Oh, hold on. Let's see if I can. There we go.
Ooh, Senran Kagura. Or Senran
Yep.
Kagura.
Yes.
Because trust me, I pretty much live for the spicy.
And that's good. We need to have more spicy content. It sickens me how we can no longer have a Seven Calendar game because it will hurt some of Virgin Neckbeard's feeds. But yet, we can have fucking Manbear Pig getting plowed in the ass by a beta male with a strap on in The Last of Us 2. We can
Oh,
have that.
don't forget fucking cuties, man. Ugh.
Oh yeah, definitely cuties.
Because every single one of these soy fags are fucking pedophiles.
You know, I
Yeah.
still love Dave Chappelle's not motto, I don't know what you want to call it, but the whole your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. And guess what? That right there is one of the things that make these sick fuckers cheer.
Yeah. In fact, I totally agree. We need the spicy content. I mean, if you're gonna make it freaking N-rated, either actually give us heaploads of violence or some freaking bare-chested titties so we can actually freaking look at them.
Also, giant robots.
Yes. But again, these idiots, these corporations, they want to sit there and talk about, well, we need to think about the children. It's rated M.
Fuck the children, man. They'll be fine.
Not just that, but this game is rated M. It's meant for us. And also, you freaks think about the children way too damn much. The FBI needs to be on your fucking ass.
Exactly.
I think the FBI would be on their asses, but no.
Yeah, in fact, also, I don't know if you guys might have actually seen this or not, but here she is again.
Nice.
It's actually Red Toad stuff from Fate's Day Night, and she's actually wearing her Christmas. I bet you if Butterboy actually saw this, he would freaking just be absolutely livid.
He'd probably get a heart attack. He'd probably die of a heart attack at this point.
Yeah, he would be sitting on his fat ass eating fucking fried butter, be like, I am so livid right now. I'm going to make more videos about fuck you. I'm the Mr. A.
Hell yeah. Oh, and don't forget his really bad fucking new metal shit. Like, yeah. That was some bad guitar work. The vocals just sound like Chris Barnes on Down syndrome.
You know, it just reminded me of Chris Chan when he tried to sing. I'll show you the Virgin with Rage song that he made. You know the Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. And there was like a lot of parodies about it.
Oh my lordy but goaty.
No, Chris Chan has, he does one like this. It's like, I don't want to hear you say I have a boyfriend.
Yeah,
that's really goaty.
Yeah, in fact, this is why I'm glad I actually have friends. And I usually like to treat not just my friends, but also my fans as human beings. Whereas he actually pretty much, freaking deletes any comments that don't align with his views.
And he eats butter way too damn much, that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, butter really isn't meant to be eaten in large quantities, dude. I'm sorry to fucking say.
Especially deep fried butter that's mixed with more butter and deep fried again, wrapped around bacon and sprinkled with Twinkies.
Oh God.
Petey!
Yes, it's Dee Dee.
I'm glad that you were able to make it.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, I gotta tweak down and test it
Also,
because I just
Padaroo.
Look, I don't get this meme. I've seen this character before, and I wonder if it's an anime, but I can't find
Oh, it
shit
is.
about it.
it's
It's
actually from Great
Nero
Great
from
Order.
Fate.
What?
It's Nero. Nero. Nero from Fate was the chibi version, and it was a game that was made in 2011 or somewhere like that. And Nero discovered Santa Claus, so she decides to, well, do this. It's absolutely funny, hilarious, and all must submit to the Padaru. You cannot escape
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, well, I blame Mr. Skids because I finally got into JoJo.
Yes, sir.
Well, the one with
Yes.
Joylene, anyway.
yeah. In
That's
fact,
right.
there's always a different JoJo. Basically, Jolene is actually just. Also, if anybody was curious, I was actually drinking some Dr. McGillicuddy's root beer.
Hello.
But yes,
Hey,
you're into JoJo now. That was righteous.
Yeah, and I'm
yeah,
sure people get all offended about it, but they can suck my clit.
yeah, and they could actually suck my pathetic little dick over this too.
Actually, I don't
Merlin
know,
from
Actually,
Hello.
I don't know, Dee Dee. I mean, a woman belching. I think that'd probably be progressive. With these Wokies and
You
shit.
would think, but the Wokies can't be consistent.
But that is true.
And what pisses me off about this is, look, don't get me wrong. I'm glad women have a chance to try and get a job should they end up single for some reason or another. But it pisses me off that if you're a woman and you decide to, follow traditional roles, be a housewife and stuff, take care of the kids and all that, you're considered you're considered the problem because women didn't fight and not shave or anything thing just so you can continue this role. And it's like, well, I don't know. I think if a woman is able to have a partner that can, make enough money that she doesn't have to work, she shouldn't have the right to, stay at home and take care of the kids.
Exactly. And also, just throwing it
completely
out
stupid.
there. Also, speaking of not being able to be consistent, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of days ago, Washington, I believe it was Washington, has officially stated that Asians are no longer people of color because why the fuck not?
Of
So
course.
are we talking
declare
about
Asian.
so are we talking about the type of Asians like Japanese people who are fair skinned or all Asians in general? Because I think the Filipinos are going to be pissed.
I think it's all
Yeah, I'm pretty
Asians
sure
in general.
Filipinos are more than pissed already.
I still think back to that Filipino Captain America they had, and the fact that it's like, you really couldn't just find a Filipino person just to make sure you didn't inadvertently insult Filipinos, because that character became a joke once everyone found out what Ari meant in Filipino. Ah, yes, ballsack, my favorite Captain America.
Yes.
Oh
And that
my
was,
fucking lordy bagody.
and what's
Yeah,
funny,
Ari means ballsack in Filipino.
and what's funny is they have to know that. They had to Google it or something and find that word because there's no way you just come up with that word by yourself and be like,
And they
yeah, this is
probably
fun.
use Google Translate, which we all know is a terrible thing. I mean,
Yeah.
there's this girl who will choose any random language, translate a Disney song, translate into that language with Google Translate, then translate it back to English and sing it, and it's all over the place and crazy.
Yeesh.
Because you think it would, translate it back to, what was typed in. Nope. So you get things like, I like smelling my farts. And it's like, wow, Disney.
Ah,
Oh, so it's the woke Christmas Carol.
of course, Google would want a woke Christmas Carol. Jesus.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Christmas, since it's almost a holiday, what is let's have a Christmas question. Alright. What is a what is the one sentimental thing that you got for
You mean
Christmas?
like a Christmas gift, or
Yeah.
are we talking about when we were younger or recent?
Mm, in you know what? Anytime.
Hold on, I got a
Okay.
text from someone.
Okay.
Alright.
I really have to think about this. And it's real hard because there are a lot of good gifts I got over the years.
Well, for when I was a child,
Mm-hmm.
I remember wanting Polly Pocket, and I know with the way I sound and stuff, it doesn't sound like I ever liked girly stuff, but I did like a couple girly things as a child. Some things I'm still a fan of, like My Little Pony. Gen 3 kind of threw me off for a while, but we don't talk about Gen 3. But I wanted Polly Pocket. I was told Santa might not be able to bring it to me. So I was sad. And Christmas morning, I woke up, opened my presents, and I found 2 Polly Pockets. Of course, once I got older, I realized my late aunt and my uncle were helping my parents buy me and my siblings our gifts because my dad was a mechanic and my mom stayed at home to take care of us.
Well,
Uh,
that's sweet.
And I'm also gonna throw in a Ralphie thing. The term Ralphie is when you think you're not gonna get something for whatever reason, but you get it. You know, like Ralphie wanted the BB gun, but his mom kept saying you'll shoot your eye out, so his dad got it for him.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted a 3DS because my DS wouldn't allow me to play the next thing of Pokemon. That is the only reason I will get a new system ever, is if I can't play the next Pokemon game on it.
Same here.
And I said that's what I wanted, and they made it seem like I wasn't going to get it. So I'm handed a shoebox, and I'm like, the shoebox is kind of heavy because unless it's, hiking boots or something, shoes usually aren't heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking I'm got in hiking boots or something. I'm like, is this a hint you want me to walk more, Mom? I open it and there's a 3DS in it. I'm
Nice.
like, I got Ralphie!
God.
And then for most recent, my friend Emma, who lives in California, got me the Dungeons and Dragons cookbook.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually
well,
gonna buy the ingredients for the Traveler's Stew.
nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Well,
speaking of D&D, I've found a new group since my last group's Discord got yeeted into the void. We don't know what happened, but Discord yeeted it into the void. And I'm now part of a new group, and my character, which is a midget tabaxi or cat person, because I got a homebrew that's a house cat variant. So instead of, being like giant tigers and stuff, it's like this little tabby cat. Well, I have her as a ranger rogue. So we were in a building where you can buy fairies as slaves. Now, me and the rest of the party were like, that's kind of wrong. So one of the other party members buys a child to be part of her family so that child doesn't have to be used for slavery. And my character, whose name is Tiny Boots, and I rolled a 22, so I succeeded. Goes up to a cradle, and when none of the workers are looking, goes yoink. So now she has a baby named Tulip.
Huh.
Ah. Also, the Bleeding Shadow asks there, DD. Hey DD, when'd you get the 3DS? Was it 2011 or later?
Uh, I think it was maybe 2013 because my mom passed in 2015, and my dad got me New Leaf to help me deal with it. Get my mind off it.
Huh. Well, my Christmas, my most memorable Christmas, when I was just a boy, I my okay.
Hey, Sarah.
Okay, so when I was just a boy, my my mother, like I will be honest, it's kind of a mixed thing how I feel about this woman because a part of me hates her fucking guts for everything she's done to me, but like it wasn't all bad, you know. We did have a good Christmas. We did watch horror movies together. We watched Godzilla together. And I have no
Rubber
fucking
suit
clue how.
Godzilla or CGI Godzilla?
Oh, the old school, the OG Godzilla.
That's what's so sad. The CGI Godzilla from the 90s, that's a lot of fish Godzilla,
Uh huh.
was so terrible that people rathered the guy in the rubber suit, and the people in Japan who owned the rights to Godzilla bought the rights to that version of Godzilla, and then instantly had that Godzilla killed by rubber suit Godzilla. That's
Like
how
a
bad that
bird.
Godzilla was.
Godzilla Final Wars.
Yes, but anywho,
And it's like,
um,
I remember watching that movie as a kid, and I'm like, how do you make me want to watch the guy in the rubber suit more? How? How do you do that?
and don't get me wrong, the Godzilla design was pretty cool and shit, but you didn't have the atomic fire breath, and you didn't have that big monster battle that everybody wanted to see.
I think the only thing that was anyway close to Godzilla's heritage was the Japanese guy screaming "Godzilla, Godzilla" when a guy was holding a lighter in front of him, and it's like,
But anywho, as I was saying before we got sidetracked, now I got the Super Mario RPG Legends of the Seven Stars, and this was a gift that she got me. And mind you, my mother was a deadbeat drunk, and so was the losers that she was with, but yet she went out of her way to get me this gift for Christmas. And it's shit like this where I'm absolutely fucking confused on how to fucking feel.
it sounds like those people who are in domestic abusive relationships where, like, if it's a woman, she'll say, "Oh, but he got me flowers afterwards and said sorry," and it's like, is this the first time or the 10th time he's hurt you and then gotten you flowers?
True. But anywho, also, basically I think that's pretty much it. Like usually I just got random toys. My Mimo and Grande would always buy me, Christmas stuff and shit. And the only thing that I really had that's sentimental isn't really a Christmas gift, it was a birthday gift, but was my Pokemon Blue version, which, mind you, I still have to this day. You can tell it has aged. But it was the last gift that my Mimo gave me before she died of breast cancer.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm really
What
sorry to
makes
hear
it
that
even
too.
more what makes it even more sad is I remember, and it's ironic in a way, when I got to Lavender Town, the doctor came in and told me and my granddaddy that she only has 3 months to live. So, like, whenever I hear the Lavender Town music, I kind of am reminded of her.
God.
Well, since you've told us about your grandparents and stuff, I remember when my parents got me a Nintendo 64, and I knew they were getting me it. But when my grandmother asked me and my younger sister what we might like for Christmas from them, her and my grandfather, or my papa as I call him, I said Banjo Kazooie because I knew I was getting an N64, and the console itself is already expensive, so my parents weren't going to get able to get me a game anytime soon. So I took my chance, and at the family Christmas party, I opened it, and there is the box for Banjo Kazooie.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, as for my favorite Christmas memory, I do remember that one time I actually wanted a Super Nintendo for Christmas. I mean, I asked for my dear mother there for for a Super Nintendo the moment I realized they were making a Super Nintendo because, good lord, those 16-bit graphics are no joke.
Yeah, that
Also,
was a big thing back in the day.
Damn
also,
right.
also,
Super
I'm gonna
Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
Also, Dee is trying to say something.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna go back to the whole thing with wokey women and stuff. I'm so sick and tired of people complaining about Cinderella, specifically this Disney Cinderella, saying, "Oh, I can't believe she stayed with someone abusive." That's why the live action one is fucking stupid, because they had Cinderella with actual friends who are like, "Look, we'll give you a place to stay. You really shouldn't be living with such horrible people." And she says, "Yeah, but the house was my father and mother's, and I want to love, and I like to think they'd want me to love it." And it's like, I think your parents would rather you be in a safe place than a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
Whereas the original cartoon, we're basically told Cinderella has no friends, and her only other options, if she leaves the house, is to sell her body on the street or get married.
and one thing I do want to throw out there too about the whole Cinderella
Oh,
thing.
I wasn't finished. I had
Oh,
to clear my throat.
oh, sorry.
But they don't take into account the time period Cinderella's from. Her only options to get away from her step family was to either get married, which she did, and it was a bonus that he was a prince, or to become a hooker. Now, I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. Cinderella should not have to get married in order to survive. But if given the options, I think I'd rather just find a man than being forced to open my legs for any yahoo who's drunk enough and to give up their money, you know?
Yeah, but
But
what?
no, they never want to take that into consideration. It's just like, she should leave. Her step family's so abusive, they make her clean. And women shouldn't have to clean if they don't want to. And it's like, do you not know the time period, people? She'll be worse off if she leaves the house.
Not just that, but it's not that women should or shouldn't clean. It's that she's the only one doing it. The other two can do what the fuck they want. It's like, how come you're not complaining about that instead of it being a woman doing it? Since there's only women in the fucking house.
Personally,
Not to mention, why do I get the feeling her grandmother and two rotten stepsisters are basically
stepmother, not grandmother, stepmother.
Oh, stepmothers. Yeah, why do I get the feeling they're basically proto wokies?
But one thing I do want to throw
Well,
out there though is
the only family member I liked was Anastasia. And that's because they developed her character in the sequels. And I don't care what anyone says, not all the Disney sequels suck, damn it. But in the sequels for Cinderella, they developed her character. Hell, A Twist in Time, you see Anastasia feels so guilty about basically stealing Cinderella's happiness that she's willing to back down and be like, no, you two should get married. And then you see how terrible Lady Tremaine and Drizella are because they're like fuck that. You get your butt up there and marry the prince so we don't ever have to work. Which great karma at the end in a credit scene where they're made the maids. But it's like Anastasia's like, look, I want to find love, but I don't want to take someone else's love. Basically, she don't want to be the other woman that wrecks marriages.
Yeah. And one thing I do want to thought that too is I remember watching one YouTube video talking about Cinderella and how what she did in the animated movie, not the one where she has friends. The thing is, she was surviving. Like she there's one example where if I'm not mistaken, the person pointed out that she was telling the dog to not chase the cat because the Charmaine would
Yeah, basically the dog was one of the few animals she had left of her father. So if the dog attacked Lucifer the cat, I think the dog's name was Bruno. Yeah, Cinderella was going to be left with one less thing that she had of her father.
and she was surviving. She was, if anything, strategic because she knew. Because here's the thing, nothing was really stopping her from beating the ever living shit out of her stepmother and sisters. Like she could have easily gotten I can't really say baseball bat since but
Let's just say a log for the fire because I don't think they had baseball bats
yeah,
back
there you
then.
go. Yeah, she could have gotten a
Yeah, I
baseball
don't think baseball was even a thing back in those
bat.
times.
Well, she could have gotten a log for the plastic.
Iron
Lady Shemaine,
poker.
Lady Shemaine, how about I clean that face of yours? Chapow, motherfucker! But nah, she could have done that because she would have have to be out, live out in the street and like you said, steal those stuff and shit. She couldn't just leave because of what Dee just said. So she
Yeah,
was smart.
yeah,
She
like
was
I said, if she left the house for whatever reason because she couldn't take the abuse anymore, her only options was find a husband or find a pimp or
flavor flav.
madame.
But one thing I do want to point out too, though, is it kind of reminds me of that one comic, not comic, but one piece of artwork where Bowser has kidnapped Princess Peach, and there's just this random feminist, like, oh my god, you're so sexist or some bullshit like that. And Bowser just roasts her, said, actually, what Princess Peach is doing is smart. Instead of, rebelling against someone, she's just, God, I forgot what it was, damn it. I need
Not
to
to
find it
mention,
again.
Bowser is a fucking dragon turtle
Exactly.
Not to
who can
mention,
breathe fire.
yeah,
If he were a
you're
regular
gonna
guy, I
argue
might be
feminist.
like, yeah, Peach could take him, but he's a fucking dragon turtle that can breathe fucking fire. Hell, Seth MacFarlane showed what could happen if Peach tried some shit by having Bowser bite her head off.
Yeah.
And when you're making me go to Seth MacFarlane with a show that hasn't been funny in years, you're the fucking problem because I should not have to use Seth MacFarlane as an example of why Peach shouldn't be a fucking idiot and try and fight Bowser.
Even though I still love the one Super Mario Party, I think it's Super Mario Party 3, where Daisy pimp slaps Bowser into the atmosphere.
Yeah, but you gotta remember
That's why
that.
Daisy's much better than Peach.
Yes.
And And I guarantee you these same wokies would complain about Zelda.
Of course they would complain about Zelda.
Oh,
They
okay.
always complain about Zelda.
Especially Ocarina of Time, where she was chic and stuff and basically a badass. They'd be like, oh, she got so captured so easily. I'm like, how the fuck do you fight being imprisoned in a fucking crystal? I want to know, because then if there's a way to fight being encased in a fucking crystal, then I'll agree and say, yeah, that was kind of weak. It's kind of, because like with Kingdom Hearts 3, I call bullshit with Kyrie getting taken out so easily. Because I'm sorry, you don't show her training only for her to get taken out so fucking easily. Not even a heroic sacrifice takeout. No, she just got captured and she's like, Sora, plop.
Yeah, that was pretty weak sauce right there. Like they could have easily gave her like some kind of heroic defeat or whatever.
And
I
that's
mean,
why Super Robot Wars is way better than Kingdom Hearts.
well, I love Kingdom Hearts. It was one of my first games I had for the PS2. And seeing that how it ended for Kyrie, I'm like, why the fuck do you show us her training if she's still gonna be taken out so fucking easily? At least have her killing some Heartless along the way when she gets taken out. Have her jump in front of Sora to protect them because they're supposed to be true loves. But no, it's Sora plonk.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, for my personal gift, that's a really tough one. Both of which actually came from my uncle, and one of the ones that I really enjoyed was getting like this colorized version of Volume 1 of High School: The Dead. I just really loved that so much since
I love
I
High
actually
School. I'll admit there is one scene in the anime. I don't know. I've only seen the anime. I've been trying to find the manga series. I've been told by fellow fans that I might as well not bother since the creator died. And it's like, I can still read the book and imagine how it could end. And despite there being no ending, but the only thing that I might be like, yeah, y'all knew what you were doing, is the one scene where we see the bullets zooming by and Tits managed to avoid getting hit by bullets.
Yes.
Seiko, yeah.
I don't care how good your tits are. There is no way your tits are going to move fast enough not to get hit by a bullet.
That's where
But
anime logic.
That was just some whole bullshit right there. I mean,
listen, tits are a powerful and glorious thing.
Look, I love tits. I get that seeing the girls in like bikinis and stuff is fucking fan service, but there's only so much you can accept for fan service and suspension of disbelief before it's like, no, I call bullshit.
Oh
also,
yeah, Blackado actually said he wanted to show us his collection of Full Metal Alchemist box set. So
nice.
Is it pre or post this bullshit that Vic did something?
I don't know, but Also, another thing was what I got for last Christmas was my trip down to Texas with him. I mean, he actually bought us plane tickets to actually go and visit his son Hunter. And he was actually graduating, and I actually had a real good time down there.
Yes, for my recent Christmas gift that I got last year, Neo Geo Mini Baby.
This is something I definitely like to do if I were to ever become a comedian. Basically, point out the hypocrisy, like pointing out and saying, you know how I know we women have more power than men? A man could punch us in defense and he still gets fucking arrested and we get nothing done to us. And then say, And so help me, if you support that bitch Amber Heard, you can leave and don't expect a fucking refund for this show, because I don't give refunds to domestic abuser supporters.
You should have, Didi, you should have Dave Chappelle energy. You should even take the line, "Your boos mean nothing. I see what made you cheer."
In fact, Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty actually says that too.
Well, in all fairness, it does mean nothing. I mean, the fact that people actually scoured my Twitter both times just to try and find something to get me banned shows that they don't like that I basically point out the truth.
Exactly, because those of us who speak the truth are the ones who, are the most hated. We have to be silent from these idiots because we're a threat to their mental illness. We are their worst nightmare. All we have to do is walk in and just state facts. As like, "Oh my God, that's so sexist and problematic," and we.
Oh yeah, I actually told my neighbor whose kids I watch, she's biracial, and her husband is black, about the whole orc thing. She's like, so wait, they decided to say that orcs were black people because they're savage and rapists? Basically, yes. Of all things for people to use to compare orcs to black people, you choose the worst stereotypes.
Mind you,
if we're gonna compare orcs to something, I'm worth thinking Mongolians.
Well, here's the thing. They called us the racist ones. We're the evil, bloodthirsty ones, and yet here they are saying, orcs are black coded, and the goblins are Jew coded as well as Titans.
Oh, let me guess. The goblins.
Oh yeah, that really says.
Let me guess. Hey.
These
Matt.
woke.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Let DD finish. Okay?
Let me guess. The goblins are Jewish because they have big noses.
Exactly.
Oh, jeez.
And mind you, we're supposed to be the racist one. Here's the thing, it takes a racist person to point at something and make it into a racist thing. Like, the whole, you look like a monkey, that's supposed to be racist. This whole, black-coded or X-coded, what it is the equivalent of, I'm not racist, but...
I hate wokies for this, because up until they opened their mouths about this orc thing, I never fucking looked at an orc and had the thought, maybe this is a black person. Now, I can't look at an orc without being reminded of this stupidity.
You know what's funny is I was walking home from work the other day, right? And so as I'm walking home from work, I see this woman who's really, really short. Like, I'm talking about like 5'1", or at least 5 foot tops. And the one thing that came to my head was, I can hear the Wokies now. Oh my God, that's a child!
Of course they compare a 5 foot person to a friggin' child. Ugh.
My younger.
They've got fucking kitty pussy on the fucking brain.
I'm 5'2". My younger sister's like maybe an inch or two shorter than me, and at least I have yet to see anime make a movie akin to the Orange movie.
Exactly.
Yeah. In fact,
by the way, before I forget, guys. So the movie West Side Story, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about the thing where no one asked for a West Side Story movie, but Disney decided to make one?
Well, yes, but also it bombed.
Because no one asked for this damn thing.
And what's funny is Steven Spielberg was like, I didn't want to put subtitles. Remember when Spielberg was good? Like we all remember that,
Yeah, I
right?
remember when
But
I'm actually more of a George Lucas kind of guy, but yeah.
Yeah,
but
I still fucking hate Kathleen Kennedy for throwing out what George wrote for the sequel movies. It's like it's like why the fuck did you even bother talking to this man if you weren't going to use his shit? It's the same thing with the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. Oh, we got Akira Toriyama to write a script for us, but we didn't use it. It's like, then why the fuck did you even bother?
yeah, and what I was gonna say was Steven Spielberg didn't want to put any subtitles, English subtitles on because he didn't want the English language to overpower the Spanish or some bullshit like that. It's like, dude,
Gee,
what?
I wonder why the movie bombed besides people not asking for it.
And not just that, but I do believe that they used that new racist slur for Latinos.
Oh yeah,
I
Latinx.
I
Oh, there's
gave us
also another Latino slur, Latine.
yeah.
It
If
sounds
I
like
were to
that sounds an awful lot like latrine.
yeah, if I were to tell my neighbors across the street, "Yo, what up, felt my Latinx or something," I'd get my ass beat because it sounds like a slur you'd use to say Latin people don't bathe or something because it sounds like Latin stink.
Yeah. And one thing I want to talk about too, speaking of Latinos, so you know, Marvel comics, they be stupid, right? And so they got this new comic where the characters are talking about the word
Oh, I
Latin.
saw a clownfish TV thing.
Oh yeah, okay. So it apparently came from the LGBT community in Brazil, and again, every Latino person in real life is like, "Don't you call me this word, motherfucker!"
Yeah, it's kind of like with the queer women like me who are like, look, we don't like this. We want our own character. Hence why I like Luz from the Owl House because she was bi to start with. It wasn't a thing of, oh, she obviously shows an interest in boys, but oh wait, we need our queer quota. So now she's bisexual and dating Amity, who
Mm-hmm.
technically would also fill the queer quota because Amity's a lesbian.
But one thing I do want to throw out there too. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, but
I missed a couple streams because of my grandfather. Thankfully, he's doing much better. Turned out to be an ulcer that popped, and he was
well,
because he was bleeding.
well, that's
Ugh.
good, but also bad because also, but good that he's okay himself.
Yeah, they're giving him antibiotics. Hopefully, he'll be moved to a regular room in the hospital soon, so that I can visit him. Right now, he's still in ICU while they're trying to fix everything.
What I was gonna say was you know, when the SJWs claim to be a part of the LGBT community, I highly doubt it because you gotta remember,
Yeah,
deep
I'm
down,
definitely pressing X to down on that one too because these sound to me like the kind of guys who used to fucking give gay people wedgies and G's and basically
I'm gonna, I'm gonna say
throw them into dumpsters back
Hollywood.
in high school.
I'm gonna say this again for Hollywood. For the love of God, actually get queer people to do the queer stuff because Vivzy Pop, Rebecca Sugar. Yes, I know Steven Universe kind of went off the rails in later seasons, but at the beginning it was still good. Hell, Alex Hirsch just does a better job of being an ally than anyone else because he had to wait till the end to have Blubs and his partner on the force get together, but they weren't stereotypes of gay people, you know, like they weren't flamboyant and stuff. And in the Love God episode, he was going to actually have the old lady fall in love with another woman because the Love God pointing to it. And this is like, yeah, no, we don't want to offend China and Russia. So the other old woman became a man. And that's why I loved Alex when he drugged Disney on Twitter last June, because Disney's like, oh yeah, we support the gay community, and Alex Hirsch is like, bull fucking
Bullshit.
shit, you wouldn't let
Exactly.
me have any queer representation in Gravity Falls.
But what I was going to say though is, to these idiots, you got to remember, being a straight person, especially a straight white person, is the equivalent of being Adolf Hitler to these people. That is why they make up genders like non-binary, gender fey, trixive, and all these other idiotic
Okay,
things that don't
okay,
exist.
wait.
Yeah, never mind
Wait. Look, I don't get the people who say they're like a male deer or something, despite being trans female. Yes, I'm talking about deer girl.
Yes.
But if someone says I prefer being called they or them, or I don't care if you call me a boy or a girl, that's cool. It's the people who basically don't make sense afterwards that I'm like, okay, you're pushing it, and I am a fucking queer person.
And by the way, one thing I want to throw out there too is notice how me and Didi act. Now, mind you, we're both not the voices of the LGBT by any means, but know how we act, know how Vivna acts, know how insert any other sane LGBT member acts. But you jump on over here to the Wokies. Hi, I'm Bob the gay guy, and my pronouns are gay, and even more gay. Can I tell you I was gay because, whoo boy, I am fucking gay. Their personality is their sexuality.
Am I
And they
allowed
give.
to point out the fact that despite Angel Dust is supposed to be a caricature of a gay person, is a lot more subtle than these people?
Dudes, Angel Dust and Stodus would both say, calm the fuck
Calm your
down.
tits!
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean that's basically just like the gay version of black y'all and a black y'all and a black and a black and a black y'all.
Yeah, just chill the
But
freak out about that shit. Okay.
exactly.
Nobody,
I mean,
nobody cares.
they have their sexuality on full blast. Meanwhile, you got again me and Didi, and yes, again, we're not the voice of the LGBT, but you won't know we're bisexual unless we either A tell you or B you pay attention to what we say, especially when it comes to anime characters.
Look, if I trust you enough, I'm gonna be like, look, I'm bisexual. Don't worry. If I was interested in you, I would have told you from the get go I'm bisexual.
Hmm.
Cause
But
I always hear these coming out stories, and a friend's like, don't get a crush on me, and it's like, you're not my type.
I know I like cute femboys with massive, well.
Don't get Mr. A demonetized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more than the skinny bitches with an hourglass waist.
Let's say massive personality. Also, just insert what Stodus would say here.
Yeah.
Also, I'm all for body positivity because not everyone is gonna be a size 0. But this is getting ridiculous where if you don't want a piece of cake, you're fucking fat shaming someone. Maybe I don't like eating a lot of sugar. Maybe in my case, I can't have sugar because if I cut my foot, I'm at risk of having to get it cut off because I'm a diabetic.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm refusing sugar doesn't mean I'm fucking fat shaming you, Betty.
There you
Exactly.
go.
But here's the thing. People actually just want to freaking, say that, we can't actually have sexy looking anime characters because God forbid that's actually fat shaming. And don't even get me started on fat
Yes,
boys like,
yes.
statement on.
Let's ignore that. Considering anime characters are usually based off the populace of Japan, that there's not really a lot of fat people because most of their food isn't basically going to kill you like in America. But yes,
Except for Fuji.
that's fat shaming.
Except for Fugo.
Yeah, Fugu.
Yeah, Fugu. That will kill you. But no, I mean the point
But
here is,
by will kill you is cause you to have heart disease and stuff.
but I mean what I want to point out is like what I've already mentioned. Yes, you can have fat characters, but it has to make sense within the context. Case in point, let's talk about D&D for a moment. Now, you can't have a fat Arakaka. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically a bird person who can fly.
Yeah,
Now, think,
yeah, with Aarakocras or bird people for people who don't play Dungeons and Dragons, they're gonna have to be slim and light because not only will they not be able to fly if they're fat, but considering they're basically like regular birds, only humanoid, their bones are gonna snap under their weight then.
and
Cause
guess what?
hollow.
And guess what? They can't even have big muscles either, so they have to maintain that slim build, and they can't even wear heavy armor. It has been established in the game. And then jump back to like say the Goliath, who I created. That's going to be a well, she's going to be 8 feet tall and weigh at 430 pounds. Which, fun fact, is the exact rate that the OG Yokozuna of Japan weighed. Well, granted, he weighed at 406, but he was 8 feet tall. And my Goliath, she's going to be based off of him, the whole sumo wrestler stuff. She's going to be a fighter, so, it goes with the sumo. See, that makes sense. That goes together.
I actually have a homebrew because they don't have a giant as a choice for races. And I use the cute giant girl from Seven Deadly Sins. And by cute giant girl, I don't mean the main one. I mean the chubby one that she knew growing up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, there you go. And also, you're thinking of, oh, I don't know the chubby one, but the main one is Diana. But I mean, there
Yeah,
you go. Yeah, and also, you can have like say a Tiefling who's based on like his ancestry is a demon. Well, one idea that I have is this Tiefling is it's the ancestry is the demon of gluttony. So of course they can be 300 pounds and still be okay, still fight and shit because it's in their genetics, if you will. But you can't have like say a let's see. The only one I could really come up with was the Arakaka, but anyone that really can't would be a good idea to be fat.
Well, my point is, but I went I went with the heavy set giant because whether it's muscle or fat, giants are usually tended to be portrayed as being very big, not just height wise.
Yeah. And
yeah,
one thing I also want to ask that too is, you jump on over here to One Piece and Dragon Ball Z, where it's as long as you can fight. And Dragon Ball Z is not about your body shape; it's about how much power you have. And then One Piece is more about how much skill and how well you can, sword fight or whatever. Hell, you even have in the Wano arc a fat ass with a who's a swordsman.
Yeah,
And
$20 says people be upset about Avita because she ended up losing all the weight. I'm like, well, that's the point of her devil fruit. She slimmed down because it slipped off her because she ate the slip fruit.
yeah, and I mean to be fair, she looks better. Like she is someone who I can say looks better skinny than fat. I mean, granted, it's mostly because of that face, but it's like they're all nice BBWs in One Piece, like for Marigold, for instance.
Yep.
But also, Boa Marigold is literally showing off, leg and her belly, so she's not ashamed of what she looks like. And again, you can have these characters, but they have to make sense within the context of the universe.
Yeah,
Like
but
not
here's the
every
thing. Good.
Well, I mean, not every character has to be, fat or black or gay or whatever. It's like here's the thing: no one really puts that much effort into caring about the character's looks. The only time the race or the sexuality is ever put into display is, maybe it'd be a good idea if this character is X. You look at, say, My Hero Academia, where we don't know the exact reason as to why the creator did it, but we have two trans people and Toga, who is bisexual. Why are they the way they are? Well, clearly the creator was like, you know what? Why not?
Oh, can I point out? I love how no one is saying anything about Toga, considering she's a villain, but the possibility of Mineta being bisexual is what set everyone off. I'm like, so we're okay with Toga being a villain, thus, kind of giving bisexual people a bad name. But the minute it's Mineta the pervert, oh, suddenly, no, that's wrong.
Yeah. And one thing to also throw out there too is what's funny is this October, right?
Right back up.
Uh,
Gotta give my dad the grocery list I wrote out.
well, this October, yeah, we had Chucky, Child's Play, and he's telling the guy who is gay, because of course he is, oh, hey, I support the LGBT and all this kind of bullshit, and it's like, Chucky is manipulating this dude, right? And yet you're going to sit there and make him into a fucking icon or an ally. You people are so damn desperate.
Yeah, and you got people like Yakuza Western Killer who actually say that I'm actually being a misogynist when I actually respect women. Like, as long as you actually respect me, I'll respect you back. But you
Oh,
Damn
see,
right.
I'm back, by the way.
Alright.
oh, okay,
Well, what I
well,
was saying was, what I was saying was, so the Chucky TV series, what it came out, in October, and there's a part where Chucky's telling the main character, who is gay, because of course he is, like, hey, I'm basically, I got a gay son, gender fluid and all this and that. He's cool with the gays,
Yeah,
and
I mean, I'm glad they reference Glenn and stuff. That how well does that work, considering the fact that Glenn's soul was split between twins?
I mean, not just that, but also what these idiots fail to realize is Chucky is manipulating the person. He doesn't give two fucks.
Anyone who watched Seed of Chucky saw that Chucky was kind of an asshole to his son.
Yeah. But of course, oh my god, we got a twins ally! Yay, ally!
yeah, and also,
Seriously, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Gonzo from the Muppets, but it's like, do you really want Gonzo to be the one to represent you? The guy who's called a weirdo? Do you really want him to be your representative?
Well, here's the thing. These losers are so damn desperate for representation, they will literally take a can of hot shit, so long as it has a rainbow sticker on it, and claim that this is the greatest can of shit ever. That's how desperate these idiots are for representation. They don't want good rep. They don't want that lose and enmity representation. They want that fucking high guardian spice. Yes, I'm transgender.
Yeah, I've heard the trans community hates that show.
And what's funny is I've watched videos where two trans people were watching it. And it's like, yeah, this is bad. This is not good.
yeah, it's
And yet, their voices go unheard. Mind you, both of our voices for the bi community go unheard, but yet these idiots are like, oh my god, thank you, I love this. I'm so happy that we have this shitty ass representation thinks you think their voice is
Bisexual
heard.
Superman. And I don't care if it's Superman's son. I want a new character, not reskinning of old characters.
Exactly,
Thank you.
and what's also even more funny is, you look at like, okay, so let's talk about Hell of a Boss for one moment. I'm pretty sure
Ah,
those, what?
I love that show.
Well, I'm pretty sure we all, at the last fucking episode, or the latest episode rather, were at the edge of our seats and we're like, no, no, Blitz, don't say it. Do not say it, Blitz. Come on, don't, no,
But
no, no. Like,
he
no.
loves you. Please, for the love of
Like,
God, don't do this to us,
like,
Blitz.
like on the edge of my seat. I did not want Blitz to finish that sentence, but oh god, that sucked. And I feel sorry for Stodus. And, we're invested in this relationship, this gay relationship. But yet, we don't give two fucks about fucking High Guardian Spice. Oh, look at me, I'm gay. You look like the stereotype of Butch.
And again,
Yeah,
what kills me
exactly.
is some of the designs for the character are adorable, but I can't deal with the characters themselves.
Oh god, I fucking love Snapdragon, and like, they were a good character. But then boom comes the whole they gotta be trans, because of course. Because God forbid if us femboys all get ready for this, just guys and dresses. We don't have any fucking interest in transitioning.
RuPaul, he's still a man, but he likes to dress in drag.
Exactly, there you go. And it pisses me off every time I hear these bookies say, y'all were just unhatched eggs. And blah. No, no, I'm gonna take a carton of eggs and bash it over your face and
Yeah,
say no.
no. If I hear someone say unhatched eggs to someone who's a drag queen, I'm gonna slap them upside the head and say, "Not everyone wants to be the opposite sex."
Exactly. And it's really annoying because they look at fucking anime like Astolfo, Hidori, insert trap character here, and it's like, they're no. They
You want
have
to know a good
stated,
trans character? You want to know a
Unity,
good trans character in anime?
Unity from Zombieland Saga.
Yes.
There you go. And guess what? They want to talk about trapped. It's offensive. You type in trapped right now in Google. You want to find a laundry list of Astolfo, Hidori, all proper trapped. But though you type in trans character in anime, you're going to find the magnet girl from My Hero Academia, Tiger from Hero Academia, Lily from Zombieland Saga,
And
and
Lily is
actual,
fucking adorable. And
yes,
your heart breaks when you find out how she died. It was the fact that she was starting to go through puberty, and unfortunately for boys, you start sprouting facial hair. So poor Lily ended up having a heart attack because she was starting to get facial hair. And you just want to hug her because it's like you don't want her to be uncomfortable in her body because she's sweet and adorable. And
and
and you kind of hate her dad for being like, oh, this is normal. But then you feel bad for her dad when you find out he blames himself for not taking Lily's feelings into consideration and Lily dying. And it's like, God damn it, this is the show I would recommend to people when it comes to good representations of trans people.
exactly, because what also makes it really good is the fact that when everyone hears of this, including Yogiri, the girl who was in the who was a courtesan, they're all cool with it. They're all like, okay, you were trans, okay, that's cool, that's fine, whatever. Even I forgot the dude's name, Kotoru, I believe his name was the director guy. He doesn't give two shits. He's like, no, I wanted Lily because she was a good person. She was a good. I think she was an actress.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like they don't give a damn about the whole trans thing. That didn't hold them back from loving her. Hell, fucking Saki still treated her the same as she always did. Like the whole oldest sister to little sister thing, which is absolutely fucking vicious. But
Exactly.
again, these are the representations that are good. You know, Hell of a Boss, Zombieland Saga, etc. Owl House. But you got shit like the High Guardian cringe. That's nothing but stupid tokenism. And look at me, I'm gay, as well as fucking the Q Force. And
Oh, I'm actually part of a Hell of a Boss / has been hotel group on Facebook. So many people who are like, wait, Sally Mae is trans? I'm like, you did notice her horns, right? I'm sure there's a way for trans women imps to change the coloring of their horns, but Sally Mae's horns are male horns.
yeah, white and black. And you know, it's a blink to you a miss it kind of thing because you gotta like pay attention to the imps. Like, okay, okay, Blitz and Moxie, they're both male and they got white
Not
stripes.
bisexual, which is awesome because he's not a fucking stereotype.
Exactly, and again, good representation. My Hero Academia has good representation, but these idiots, they want to fucking praise shit like the Q Force, and that they want to praise what's it? What's the stupid movie that just came out? The one with the fat black gay guy. The not shit. It just came out. It was absolute shit, by the way.
Does it involve the powers?
Huh?
Well, the only movie I can think of that has a fat black guy in it is Encanto, but he's not one of the main characters.
No, not which, by the way, I'm surprised Encanto failed.
I actually have managed to see bits and pieces of it because I'm waiting for it to come out on Disney Plus rather than go to the movie theater because my neighbor has Disney Plus and I watch that while I watch her kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen bits and pieces and it looks pretty good. And I don't care if people are going to be upset about spoilers. I'm not doing that whole thing of, oh, well, if you haven't seen it, spoilers. It's like, if you haven't seen it, it's your own damn fault when you hear me about to say something. But I like that the main character wasn't given the power in the end because the whole thing is just because you don't have something we have doesn't mean you're not as special. And that would have defeated the purpose of the message if she had ended up with a power at the end.
So basically, it's she's literally Scootaloo from MLP who could never
Toodaloo,
fly.
Izuku, if he'd never gotten one for all.
Yeah, and I like that. I really do because it is kind of a representation of people who, like with Scootaloo, you can easily say people who have a disability, whether
Or we
they
never
are.
grew bigger, so yeah.
Yeah.
Matt,
Huh?
what the hell was that?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, anywho, but yeah, like I mean, it's a good lesson, and it's
Also,
a
what the only thing that's annoying me about Encanto is the people saying that Mirabelle, the main character's sister. No, Mirabelle is the main character, just to let y'all know. But her sister with the super strength and is muscular. Oh my god, she's gotta be a lesbian. You want to use her as an icon, fine. But stop using anyone who's muscular or into working out and stuff as the lesbian icon. I can't tell you how much that annoys me because it makes it seem like the only lesbian women I could ever find are the ones who basically work out to a point they look more like a man than a woman.
You guys
yeah,
see something. You're gonna use the bathroom.
Alright. And yeah, exactly, because as again, you are desperate, so pathetic and desperate for representation that you will literally take something. I guarantee you she's not even lesbian, she's just a strong woman. But you would take something that isn't representation, you go, oh my god, this is our representation. She has she's LGBT coded or she has big lesbian energy. Like, no. No. Shut up
Her
and stop
her
being stupid.
her power is super strength, and it makes sense why they would make her muscular because super strength. It'd just be kind of weird if she was, skinny and still able to lift a bridge,
Yeah. I mean, to be fair with that, like, you look at Sanji from One Piece, and, like, he's skinny, but yet he can, kick a giant fucking boulder, half across the map. And to be fair, you could at least let you as, like, there's some kind of energy thing going on or whatever.
Oh, speaking of One Piece, I fucking hate Pudding's mom. Pudding's mom is a fucking bitch, and if I had the chance, I'd strangle her and say, "How dare you give your daughter inferiority complex by basically saying she's ugly for having 3 eyes?"
Well, don't worry. Sanji is going to do the most coolest thing. I don't know if you've seen it, but he's going to he is going to show what man he is, like how much of a man he truly is.
Yeah, but that pissed me off that when we see that Sanji is willing to marry her, it's not the fact that, his family wants him to marry her. He's legitimately willing to marry her. She feels like that it's only because of the deal with his family and stuff that he's doing it, because her mother has basically ruined her to a point that she can't accept that, maybe someone legitimately thinks she's cute.
Yeah,
Well,
that's just
she,
ridiculous.
well,
Also,
Yeah, there's nothing
and
worse than emotionally abusive parents.
I look at Pudding and I'm like, so you got 3 eyes. You're still a cute girl.
not just
exactly.
that, but the fandom also love it too. And to be fair, I'm hoping at the end of One Piece, Pudding and Sanji do become a thing, because that's the only ship that I'm really rooting for.
Well, I wouldn't mind Sanji and Nami getting together, but I'm I'm definitely okay with this. Just if nothing else, just so Pudding has someone who truly believes that she's more beautiful than the stars in the sky.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Yeah,
I thought it would be Monkey D. Luffy, Fee and Nami getting together, but hey, that's just me.
Well, basically, here's how I look at it.
I kind of
As
expect
long as
Monkey
there's
D. Luffy to.
a healthy relationship and not like Joker and Harley Quinn per se.
No,
Like a
no, that's
toxic
the reason
relationship.
why I hated Shiri. And everyone's like, "Oh, you just don't like gay people." I'm like, "No, I don't like unhealthy relationships." Y'all say that Harley shouldn't be getting back with Joker, yet you look the other way when it's Katra and Adora because lesbians, and it's like, no, unhealthy. Adora deserves better. Hell, I'd be more inclined to see Adora with Glimmer than Katra because it's so fucking toxic.
And I just have one thing to point out. If anyone says you just hate gay relationships, you can easily just say, "Motherfucker, I am literally bisexual."
I have
I
said that, and I hate having to say that because it it makes me feel like I'm like those assholes who have to say every 5 minutes, "By the way, I'm gay." But it's like if I don't explain, I'm allowed to voice my opinion because I am queer. Queer, they try to claim shit, and it's like, no, I don't like unhealthy relationships. Hell, I would have been okay with the relationship if they had either Katra go with Adora or have Katra decide she would go, but then get shot and brainwashed. At least in that case, it's like, well, she's brainwashed. What can you do? All you can do is hope you can bring her back from the brainwashing. But no, she refused, and then she's like, Adora left me. I'm like, Adora wanted you to come fucking with her.
exactly. All she became was just a whiny, pathetic, obnoxious little bitch all the way through the end. I mean, again, when Adora told Shadow Weaver, "No, I'm not going to abandon my friends," Catcher, who heard everything, was just turned away like, "Oh, she doesn't need me anymore."
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta love that Ketra didn't take into account maybe Adora also meant her.
exactly. And she said, "I will not abandon my friends." Like, what do you fucking need, Catra? You don't deserve happiness. And see,
I mean,
again,
what is Adora supposed to say? I'm not gonna abandon my friends, including Catra. Does she really have to say your name for you to get it?
and even then, that sounds kind of insulting. Like, oh, and also Catra. Like, I almost forgot that bitch.
Three
But no,
friends, three friends, and Jerry. It was a cartoon I watched as a kid. I never got why it was three friends and Jerry because it's like, well, if Jerry's your friend, and then I got it. No one liked Jerry.
Yeah, but that's
Had to
also.
be the name because then we get Jerry from Rick and Morty, and no one likes Jerry. Then there's Jerry in Undertale, who's obnoxious, and it's like anyone named Jerry sucks. Apparently,
I killed
She.
Jerry.
Yeah,
Like, I was
that,
going for the pacifist route, but as soon as I saw Jerry, I had to murder him.
I love the comics people do where they have Frisk, possessed by Chara doing the genocide route, and then they see Jerry and they're like, "You're not even worth killing," and just walk.
Like, should I be flattered or.
What does that fucking say that Frisk is killing everyone, and then they see Jerry and it's like, "You're not even worth me selling my knife."
yeah, that's just ridiculous. But I gotta say, that's actually pretty much fun. And if I actually had $2,000 for people who actually say that fan service in anime is misogyny or it treats women as like
Okay,
so-called
what about the men who are forced to wear skimpy speedos and be oiled down, huh?
hey,
Hey,
as
one, I
much as I
gotta
like
see a
that,
bathroom real
as
quick.
much as the next guy does. I mean, basically, I prefer both good-looking men and some beautiful ladies. Okay. I mean, when it comes to anime characters, I can swing both ways.
So, Mr. Anime, you know your fan fiction that you write?
Yeah.
I need to get back into it because I took a break from it, but I kind of want the cast, including the villains, like all for one, in the thing for my thing, just because all for one could give people powers because he realizes, holy shit, this guy's crazy. Everyone has something to lose with this bastard, and thus he teams up with the heroes just long enough to deal with the bastard running the world.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I do actually happen to plan on doing an infiltrator in my current chapter, and he's actually, working undercover with the DOF and trying to bide his time and trying to keep you know, the right hand woman Natasha off of his back.
Well,
And
I just thought
and
of the fact that this guy's trying to get rid of anime, so any villains in anime are going to be like, "Oh shit, this guy's going to kill us," and thus, if nothing else, they'd have to team up with the superheroes long enough to deal with this guy. Enemy of my
exactly,
enemy, you know.
yeah, and also I've actually decided to actually have Himiko Toga actually be like this infiltrator's girlfriend.
Pingus! I'm back.
Well, I like the idea of my thing. She manages to make New Orleans a haven.
You know what's
And,
funny?
hey,
Oh, I
let me,
couldn't.
let me finish.
Sorry.
And if you decide to do any Western cartoons that were inspired by anime, Jasper from Steven Universe being a juggernaut, because with me, I'd be like, only kill them if they refuse to see sense and leave. And Jasper getting this sadistic grin, like, oh, they never want to leave because they're too stupid to realize they should leave. and you just see Jasper breaking backs and stuff like like Bane.
Oh, dude, that would be
Well,
bad. Yeah, I could totally get that. And I'm also thinking about actually having like some other like villains actually working for our side too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The villains would realize that they need they need to work with the heroes because they're all in danger at this point. Now, if the guy who's trying to get rid of anime was like, "Oh, we'll keep the villains," then yeah, the villains be like, "Why the fuck do I need to help you?" You know?
yeah.
Yeah,
Also, since you brought up New Orleans, does anyone want to hear something funny about my last D&D session with my brother and his friend?
Yes.
Like, okay, so every Sunday, me and my bro go to his friend's house to do a D&D session, and I chose to be a Scottish gnome laddie. A very foul-mouthed Scottish gnome, by the way. Now, I was a druid from the swampland, and the DM was like, "Hey, what is the swampland called? Because we're going to go to your country or whatever your swamp." And I couldn't think of anything at the moment. So it's like, okay, so instead of giving it too much thought, I went with the first thing that came to mind. So here's the setting. We got to the swampland, right? So
What they
there's
doing
me.
in my swamp?
Hold on. So there's me. There's the elf, my stepbrother who's an elf, and there's the DM who is just a regular human. And I say, welcome, laddies, to my swamp of Louisiana.
that's
But
a good one.
but the reason why my my thing within your universe, Mr. Anime, would have made New Orleans a hit is because New Orleans has seen many battles, both good and bad, and they've always tried to be a place of hospitality for those who needed it.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool. And I was also thinking of actually doing something like Mardi Gras, you know, through that arc.
Yes, Mardi Gras
But
with hot babes.
but if there was a for if you needed a flashback thing for my character thing, well, I think the only thing that isn't from something that's either anime or inspired by anime is the Baby Yoda doll I have and a Doctor Who blanket. Everything else is either anime or was inspired by anime, like Steven Universe. So, so basically, my character, knowing the writing on the wall, knowing what would happen to her father if she was found, takes everything, puts it in the back of the truck, and takes the truck. And when she's close to the Mississippi River, throwing everything in the river, she doesn't want to do it, but she knows that she won't survive if she's caught with it. And she only took the stuff because she didn't want her father to be killed for having such things. Basically, this is her trying to protect her family and stuff.
Yeah, and it's just really sad. And I just actually came up with that idea. So, but I definitely like that idea too. It's just really tough to actually deal with something like that.
Yeah, but it also gets worse because like with a lot of my things, like the DVD box set of Hitalia, my late aunt got me that, along with a box set of, at the time, all the films that there were of Studio Ghibli. A couple more films have come out since then, but at the time it was all of the movies. But I would like to thank my family, and within your fanfiction's universe, my character's family would rather her be alive than die to keep something sentimental. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
I
the
know.
live action Cinderella, where it's like, I think your parents would rather you in a safe environment than a house that they quote unquote love.
Exactly. But sometimes
What
we
is
actually all have to make certain sacrifices, you know?
what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
But
Oh,
but I something I would love to see, because I recently found out that my youngest niece is into anime now, so that's awesome. But something I would love to see is like my character's version of my older sister trying to get her kids to safety, and then doing a scene reminiscent of Bellamere dying, where she says to her kids, I love you, just as she makes sure that they can enter New Orleans before being killed.
Oh,
okay. Just
yeah,
out of
that
curiosity,
would
what are
be
y'all
sad.
talking about? I took a piss and I came back and y'all talking about I was assuming Mr. A's new comic book or something.
No, fan fiction.
Oh,
You might have
Yeah,
to link them later.
yeah, hang on a sec. I'll actually pull it up. So hold on. Gotta freaking
I.
up.
But no,
Let me just pull it. Hold on. Oh,
oh, also, Christmas question. What is your thoughts on eggnog? I find it love it.
oh,
I'm more of a
sorry.
mimosa kind of guy.
I had a bad experience as a child because I took a cup of eggnog thinking it was milk, and I ended up spitting it out like, this milk's bad. I have never been able to drink eggnog since because I was scarred for life.
The
I
only,
thought it was milk.
Oh my god.
It's
Poor
kind of,
yeah,
dude.
and
I
basically
mean, imagine
the only.
the only way it could have been worse is if it was a Rule 34 thing.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
God.
no. I think you wouldn't have been able to be bisexual or straight. You'll just be asexual.
Okay, that went all silent.
Yeah. Whoop. Okay, hold on. I gotta pull up my tab here. So, all right, here we go.
Also,
All
let
right.
me know if y'all see the meme I posted.
Oh wait, why am I going on fucking Twitter? Sadly you're banned off of Twitter, which hey, we're in the banned fucking
Yeah, well,
club.
karma's gonna be beautiful because the only people who are gonna be able to afford to be on Twitter are the ones with money, and well, no one's gonna be able to see their tweets except other rich.
Hold on. I gotta post this
Yeah.
in the private chat here. So, okay, there we go. Paste, and there we are. All right, let's see who's. Oh, we got Geek Hero Bubba. Hold on, Bubba.
Morning.
Hey Geek Hero.
Oh, Geek Hero.
Hey. What's up, everybody?
Nothing.
Not much.
Alright,
Just discussing good Christmas memories and all that.
yeah, so
I posted in general of Otaku Squad a meme I made for my ranger / rogue character because of the session last night. The fact I rolled a 22 was beautiful because it's like yoink, yoink, and gone with the wind.
Damn.
That's so good.
So
But
my
yeah,
character now has a baby.
Wow.
are we going to eat the baby?
That was one hell of a.
She's
That,
raising it. It's
that-
her child. What the
that's
fuck?
one. That's one hell of a 20. My God. Like
Yeah.
them dice are extra loaded. If they should come with a pregnancy warning.
No, she stole a baby. She was in a place that sells children and babies as slaves to people. So she yoinked one and she's raising it as her own.
Okay.
She stole it.
That is wholesome, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
and one
except
of
for the
other-
place.
And one of the other players went the legal way and bought one, but it's now she considers it a younger brother, and her actual younger brother with her within this universe is like, I got another brother, yay!
Yeah, and also I actually had to go and talk about like how much I actually totally regret watching Santa Inc.
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
he had to do a review on it.
Well, not only that, but I got bored and
Well,
I
what
just
is
actually
it? I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Who wants to take this? Okay, all right. All right, so Santa Inc. is a totally... Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so you know what it is? I was afraid you didn't hear what he said.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard stuff about it, and it's like...
I don't plan on seeing it.
I'm not going to taint Rankin Bass with this, because watching Rankin Bass is a tradition that me and my dad have had since I was a child.
Well, and that's the thing.
I watched it, so you guys don't have to. And so, you know, Silent Joker 45 took one for the team. I'm actually taking one for the team as well. So basically,
now if you want a good if you want a good modern day present day whatever Christmas episode, if you will, Amphibia's Christmas episode was both hilarious and wholesome, and also Anne's mom in a Santa outfit is absolutely adorable.
Fair enough.
I see if I can find that on Disney Plus, because I still have a Disney Plus account. And
well, I assume you said it too, didn't you, Dee?
What?
Amphibia's Christmas special.
I have not seen it yet. I've been busy. The most thing, my grandfather's in the hospital.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, he's doing okay, apparently. It was just an
ulcer. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Ooh.
It was an ulcer. It popped, so for a week he was bleeding, and that's why he got... Hey, it could have been worse. He could have gotten the beer bug.
Yeah.
Oh God, why? Just why? Just absolutely why?
We have to call it the beer bug, because if you say the actual name...
No, not that. It turns out that Zoro is going to be woke. This is coming from the apathetic Black Queen. She says, "You guys know that Zoro is going to be woke, right?"
How the fuck do you make Zoro woke? How do you make Zoro woke? He's already Hispanic.
Well, I was supposed to say he's already literate, but I mean, this is going to be crap anyway.
Let me guess, he's going to be...
Are they going to make Zoro a woman? What the fuck?
Oh, no, they're going to make Zoro gay.
Oh, God.
They already did a movie back in the day. There actually was a movie entitled Zorro and the Gay Blade, where he had a half brother who wore a full gold like Zorro outfit, and I mean that was made back in the 70s.
Jesus.
The difference is it was funny. It wasn't supposed to be taken seriously. It really was.
That explains
it was a comedy.
It then because it was funny. We can't have humor unless it's a fucking woman saying "my vagina."
Like Amy Schumer.
Oh yeah, some skank saying "my vagina" is supposed to be funny and
you know, if the guy screamed "my dick," he'd be booed off the stage.
Yeah, I mean
that depends.
And guess what? It will be appropriate because vagina and dick jokes are hard to do, pause, but you can do them. But if that's your main entire shtick, then yeah, no, you're only going to be funny to a bunch of fucking middle schoolers.
The only joke I would make with penis and vagina is the fact that the names translate roughly into English as sword and sheath. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Because
there you go.
it's fucking hilarious. Oh, well, what does this fleshy appendage flopping around look like? A sword. And what does this fleshy appendage here look like? It looks kind of like a sheath, sir. Well, then it's a penis and a vagina.
Ta-da.
Yeah. Also, I definitely want to send freaking Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen. Yo, to that special little place we usually like to send.
Oh, I know what place you be talking about.
Uganda.
Take that to Detroit.
Uganda.
Not Detroit.
Take him to Uganda. What is the way? Speaking of the way, Sonic 2 is coming out and it looks awesome, and Knuckles is going to show Sonic the way.
Yeah, I don't think Paramount would risk Wokies because
I love this part.
Because Wokies have started complaining that Uganda Knuckles is racist.
What the fuck?
Everything is fucking racist.
Because they don't know the way.
Remember, folks.
I mean,
everything is racist. Everything is sexist. Everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out because
I mean, never mind the guy who is black that said you do not know the way. Actually found Uganda Knuckles funny.
There you go. But see, Didi, they do not know the way because
I was like I said, they could pay him off. They could pay him off in a heartbeat, though. Somebody shows up and says, "All right, we're going to give you X amount of dollars to refute this." Next thing you know, he's on there saying, "Well, I did find it funny until I realized the harm it was causing to my people." You know how
many black people I know that find fucking Uganda Knuckles funny?
Oh, I know several. That's not the point.
I'm one.
Same here.
Wait, you're
again.
Well, I got a massive dick.
I'm black metal.
I mean, this is like the episode of South Park. Now, obviously, Wheel of Fortune wouldn't have something that would get them in trouble. But you see, the thing is, you're having it pan over all the black characters who are like, oh, if you say it, it's like, if it's fucking nag, then why the fuck are you panning over the black characters, making it seem like it is that word?
It reminds me of that. Have y'all seen that video on YouTube where where the Count from Sesame Street is singing his song and they bleep out every time he says count and it sounds like he's saying all manner of groovy things?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
Cracked me up every time.
I
look the spiders on the wall.
I like to bleep.
Oh, yeah. Does anyone know the whole lasagna cat thing? You know, the creepy thing about Garfield?
Oh, Garfield. Yeah. That was absolutely what the fuck.
Was it some sort of creepypasta?
It's actually it's not a creepypasta, just some guy, I forgot his name, but he's created this creature called Garfield, where it's like this fucking...
Basically, if Cthulhu had a pet cat.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And it's I mean, there was one wholesome, comic with Garfield in it. Like, he helped, save John because John apparently had like some, like a tumor or something. Like Garfield was, grabbing John like, I know wait, what is this? We need to get this checked out.
I do have a question though.
well, anyway,
If Cthulhu had a cat that was a parody on Garfield, would that cat then thrive on Mondays rather than hating them? And also, would his name be
I'll,
PHH
I'll
or
have to
Hatecraft?
I'll have to find a video for y'all. I'll have to find it again. But yesterday I actually watched a video about Gorefield, and the guy doing it was actually rather amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he does a great job.
No. The guy doing the review of Gorefield. It was a video. But anyway, this guy that the video I watched actually pointed out that people tried to do the same thing with other things like Blue's Clues and stuff, and I'm like, well, who's to say that these Gorefield versions of these shows aren't in the same universe? I mean, who has a blue dog? That thing has to be Lovecraftian because I've never seen a blue dog.
And let's not forget,
I've seen a red dog, but you don't see me complaining.
Yeah, I've heard of a blue healer, but that's taking it to extremes.
Hey, has anyone seen that? Speaking of, dogs and shit, has anyone seen or even heard anything about the Clifford movie? I get it.
No, but
I
don't know about it. But
my dad and I saw an ad for it, and we both agreed that Clifford is one of those series that will not work in live action. It's perfect for animation, but not live action.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I don't know anything about when it released or will be released, that kind of thing. But I will say this: what got me was that when I saw the preview, it was I want to say they showed the preview for one of the movies I went and saw this year. I'm trying to remember which one. Anyway, so when I saw the preview, they have killed off her parents. And she's living with some weird uncle who's not weird, not that kind of. Yeah, but her parents are dead, and she's living with some uncle that can barely get his life together.
No.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of Clifford, but I knew enough to know that Emily Elizabeth's parents were still fucking alive.
Yeah, but he basically gets her a puppy because her parents are dead, and she has to come live with him, and that's Clifford. And at this point, I'm willing to take Dave Chappelle's Clifford.
God
fucking damn it. Is it going to turn out that Clifford's magical instead of just being a dog that somehow grew to gargantuan size?
Well, I thought it was because the character, I forgot her name. She had so much love to give to
Clifford. That's actually in the theme song for the cartoon they had on PBS a few years back. And the love that
that was in the books.
Clifford grows so big that the Howards had to leave their home.
I don't know. Love, you're talking about it being magical. That's already kind of magical because Harry Potter was saved by love. That was literally what Dumbledore's spell was. So, I mean...
Yeah, but I'm just going to say this. Dumbledore needed to figure something else out because they left it out of the movies, but in the books, Petunia, Harry's aunt, actually hit him upside the head with a fucking frying pan. And that kid was fucking lucky that the worst that happened to him was he needed glasses after that.
Well, okay. Well, let's face it. His father's eyesight was so terrible he was going to need glasses anyway. I'm not justifying...
Yeah, but the woman hit a child upside the head with a fucking frying pan.
Okay, nobody is justifying Aunt Petunia's child abuse. No, I have not met one person who has said, "Oh yes, it's all right for Aunt Petunia to beat the shit out of Harry Potter." Except for the
all right to beat up a child. I don't.
But you read all the list of injuries Harry's had over the years while living with him. It's like, Jesus, Dumbledore, you might as well have let the Death Eaters have him. They probably would have made his death quick.
Well, kids are resilient, and he bounced back pretty damn good. I'm joking.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm also surprised Harry Potter didn't just go outright murder his abusive parents just out of revenge.
Well, especially
we're lucky that Harry
considering
was somewhat of an empathetic character because, let's be honest, would we have blamed Harry if he had left Dudley to get his soul sucked out by a Dementor?
No, I mean, like,
no. But y'all have to also you can't bring this argument up without also taking into consideration one of the things that pissed me off the most about the movie, and I've had people cuss me out for going down this road. But if you think about it, first off, I will never forgive the producers and directors of the final Harry Potter movies, the final 2 Harry Potter movies, for cutting out the part since
Dudley actually redeems himself.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, okay. Don't oversell it. But the point is that he actually, for a blood relative, especially a first cousin, but for a blood relative to actually give a damn about Harry Potter, to me, that was enormous, because Harry, his entire life, that's all he ever really wanted, and so, for Dudley to actually be worried about Harry, while the Order of the Phoenix are trying to hide Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia and Dudley away. They're trying to hide the Dursleys away during the Wizard War with Voldemort. I absolutely loved that moment, and I kind of like to believe that Dudley, because he had these feelings and he actually had some sort of semblance of love in his heart. Maybe he became a better person, because his hatred for Harry was only ever born and spurred on by his parents.
Well, like I'm trying to say, Dudley was kind of abused too, because if you think about it, only reason Dudley started getting in shape in the last few books is because his school said he had to get in shape. But we basically...
that wasn't even the reason why. It was after the Dementor attack. He couldn't eat or drink anything, like his they could barely get water in him. Like, he was catatonic for almost a year.
Well, my thing is, but you basically see that Petunia and Vernon, in an act to try and show Harry, we don't love you, we never wanted you, basically overstuffed their son, that I'm surprised the kid didn't have diabetes at 10 years old.
Well, about diabetes.
Jokes aside, though.
Spoiled them with toys and stuff that's something people normally do when they want to try and make themselves look good. Like, kids. Ugh.
Well, that's the thing. Over spoiling your children is a form of abuse, but and of course, especially doing it at the expense of the other child. But the thing is that, and this is the part that's gotten me cussed out, and I was going to go down this road. If you think about it, and I know y'all are going to be ready to arm yourselves with pitchforks and torches, but just hear me out. In a way, in a weird, warped, twisted, terrible way, Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon did have a weird love for Harry. And that's a hard sell, but what I'm trying to say, and this justifies absolutely nothing. I am not saying anything that they did was okay.
Are we going with the theory that because Harry was a Horcrux, it warped them?
No. I'm saying that if you look at Uncle Vernon's, because this is mainly for Uncle Vernon, not really for Aunt Petunia, because Aunt Petunia was so blinded by her hate for her sister that she was physically abusing him. Uncle Vernon, on the other hand, he's looking at this. He's the man of the house. He's got this child laid at his doorstep. He's got magical people telling him he can't get rid of the child. So he starts thinking in his head, okay, he's my responsibility. I have to fix him. And so what I'm saying is that Uncle Vernon represents that family member those family that cannot accept you the way you are. They don't hate you.
That'll send a gay child to one of those camps.
Yeah, those. Oh, there it is. Okay, but yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. The type that the type that'll uh, come unglued because of certain piercings or certain love interests, both hetero and homosexual. But I mean the type that will or because you don't believe the same way they do religiously, that kind of thing, and that because that's the thing. Uncle Vernon and by extension Aunt Petunia, their frustration with him was that no matter what they did, they could not seem to quote unquote fix him. And so Aunt Petunia allowed her hate for her sister to completely overshadow any relationship any positive relationship she could have had with him. But that was the thing. If you look at it at the final book, or in the final book, that that last time he sees them that we know of in canon, Uncle Vernon's last words to Harry were not hateful, were not terrible. Him and Dudley actually had a good exchange, and and that's the thing. Uncle Vernon had to come to terms with the fact that Harry had actually saved his son's life, and of course, Harry and his friends and associates were going to a lot of trouble to keep them, to keep his family from being used as leverage. And I do love the way J.K. Rowling wrote that, because they were explaining to Uncle Vernon why they had to be taken away, and so that Lord Voldemort couldn't use them as leverage against Harry. And I love the way she writes it, because it says, and Harry and Uncle Vernon exchange a heated look as they pondered the exact same question. Which was the implication was Harry and Uncle Vernon were trying to decide whether Harry would actually come after them or not, which of course he would, because he always, not always, but when push comes to shove, does the right thing. But
I've actually had people get mad at me because I say, well, we can't really be mad at Marge, Vernon's sister, because she only has one side of the story. She doesn't know that Harry isn't the awful monster that Petunia and Vernon make him out to be. I guarantee you, if Harry stayed with Marge for a week at least, she'd realize, hey, wait a minute, he's nothing like what my brother said.
I don't think that, because of the type of woman they portray her as, because even Dudley dodges her. In the books, like she, it's like it even in the books, it even talks about how he edges away from her, and not like the movie portrayed it, how she's constantly doting over him. Like, he is scared of Aunt Marge. So I mean but I do just real quick have to point out, the actress that played Aunt Marge was, of course, the same actress that played Miss Trenchbolt in Matilda.
Oh yeah.
That woman is absolutely awesome. She knows how to put fear in young children.
Yeah, I was reading a crossover fic with Matilda and Harry Potter, because let's be honest, it wouldn't be surprising if Matilda's powers were magical. And I've seen X-Men crossovers, and again, it wouldn't be surprising if Matilda was a mutant. But reading a Harry Potter crossover with Matilda, and basically Jennifer Honey, Matilda's adopted mother, in fic, sees Vernon, and she's like, this looks like a male version of my aunt. And she says, excuse me, do you know a woman named Agatha Trunchbull? And Vernon says, yes, she's my cousin.
Oh, Lord.
And then he finds out that she's Jennifer's aunt, and he's like, good Lord, I thought our family avoided this nightmare, referring to magic. And she says, by marriage. She's my aunt by marriage.
Well, that's very.
Wait,
Actually,
shouldn't we
Jennifer's
wrap this
like,
up by
I
now?
am fucking happy I'm not related to that bitch. She broke my arm. She wouldn't let me have candy, and I know she killed my father.
Yeah.
But,
So, you
Anyway,
want to wrap it up now?
Oh yeah, it's been 2 hours, hasn't it?
Yeah. Time flies.
I mean,
Well, listen, Mr. A.
yeah,
Tomorrow I am working in the morning at food porn, and I get off at 12. So yeah.
yeah. Probably might actually do my fan service Friday with playing some Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash on Twitch.
All right. All right. I mean, do you want to go? Because I mean, I don't know. Like Neo kind of brought up a good point. Like do we have to do the 2 hour mark, or can we talk a little bit longer? Because I mean,
Well,
does it?
I think the problem is if you're doing the free StreamYard, you only get so many hours for the month.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, yes. Then maybe we should cut it.
we could always go and talk on or on Discord. We could open up a chat, and it's like having a 5-way phone call.
Not
Yeah.
me, because I don't want my D&D stuff getting screwed over by it, or someone else with a StreamYard account could host, and we pretty much, do it. It's just someone else as host instead of Mr. A.
Yeah.
Not me, because I don't want my D&D stuff getting fucked over.
Yeah, and I actually had to add some more
Well,
time to I had to add some more time to my thingy, so that way I could actually be able to get more live streams into it. But anyway, let's call it good here because
Can I do mine first? Because I got to go to the bathroom.
All right.
Once again, Hollywood, for the love of God, if you're gonna try and represent the queer folk, get actual queer folk to work on your queer characters, because you make stereotypes out of us.
All right, Bubba.
Well, sorry I was so late today. I didn't get off work until after the stream started, and then I had some other stuff to do. But thanks a lot for having me on as usual, and it is good to be back.
Matt.
Oh wait, didn't Dio say his goodbyes?
oh no. Like I mean, I came in like second before you. So
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So okay. It was fun. Hold on. What's today's date? What's today's date?
This. Hold on. Today
16th.
is 16th.
Okay. So I assume. I mean, next week is Christmas, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Next.
That means. Wait. Hold on. When is the Thursday? You know what? Just in case I'm not on tomorrow. Merry Christmas to all of you disgusting, filthy heathens out there. And a happy, filthy, fucking New Year as well. And remember, my glorious, beautiful little heathens, to let your desires burn brightly.
Represent. Matt.
Oh, nothing much for me. Just be excellent to each other and party the fuck on dudes. And ho ho ho! I have a machine gun now.
Anyway, I actually do appreciate you guys coming on here and actually, giving me a chance to actually freaking, vent my frustrations and also talk about like the whole regret I have for freaking watching Santa Inc. Freaking send goddamn Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen straight to freaking Detroit and see how long they'll
Yes.
I would love to actually hear them scream about that. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate this. If I can hit 500 subscribers, I do plan on actually, saving some money and also buying a Gunpla and actually building it. But until then, just remember these three things. respect the waifus, enjoy your fandoms, anime freedom. Fan service Fridays are actually starting tomorrow, so hope to see you then. And until the next one, this is Mr. Henry 343 saying, sign out, everyone.
Peace, bitches!
Pod